Welcome back to PC, Police Chase. Buckle up, because what you are about to see isn't mere entertainment, but real-life pursuits. No scripts, no actors, no second chances. Just raw speed, split-second decisions, and irreversible consequences. Everything escalates so rapidly that you'll find yourself asking, did this really happen? And if you're ready for a heart-stopping ride that keeps you on the edge of your seat until the very last second, let's get started right now.
Oh, triple A suspect police for subject car tag, okay? Get your driver's license, registry. Are you serious? Watch brakes. You just wave me. Hey! Hey! You just wave my unit. It's football.
At approximately 1:04 p.m. on Highway 26, what seemed like a routine traffic stop quickly escalated when Sergeant Seth Smedley pulled over a white Ford F-150 driven by Joseph Van Camp because of expired license plates. After checking, Smedley confirmed Van Camp was driving with a suspended license and decided to call a tow truck. But just seconds after being asked to get out of the vehicle, things began to spiral out of control. Not only did Van Camp refuse to cooperate, but he also unexpectedly sped away in an instant. Not stopping there, he immediately reversed, deliberately ramming into the patrol car behind him, triggering a breathtaking chase lasting nearly 20 minutes on Highway 26 and weaving through a series of rural roads. Throughout the escape, the suspect repeatedly performed dangerous maneuvers, several times intentionally ramming into police vehicles to break through the cordon. The situation quickly escalated beyond control, forcing Sergeant Smedley to make a drastic decision, firing a total of 6 shots at the out-of-control pickup truck with the sole objective of stopping the threat before things got worse. And that was just the beginning of the tense series of events that followed. The chase culminated when officers decided to perform a pit maneuver at the intersection of Highway 26 and Hare Road, causing the Ford F-150 to lose control, veer onto an embankment, and sustain significant damage. However, the suspect still managed to escape by fleeing on foot toward a nearby tow yard where his family was present, turning the scene into a chaotic standoff. The images following the incident pieced together a very clear picture. Suspect Van Camp was brought into Pike County Jail in a relatively calm state, wearing an orange prison uniform, but the back of his neck still showed red marks and scratches, indicating injuries likely from broken glass or debris during the gunfire and pursuit, rather than direct gunshot wounds. Meanwhile, the white Ford F-150 was tilted off the road, its body covered in mud and heavily dented, suggesting it had been subdued by a forceful intervention like pit that caused it to lose control. Close-up photos further reinforce this. The rear cabin window was shattered in a spiderweb pattern with numerous bullet-like holes. The interior of the cabin was heavily cracked, with signs of bullet penetration near the driver's seat. All these details suggest the chase escalated to an extremely dangerous level. Although 6 shots were fired and the suspect was not hit, The scene left behind proves that the outcome nearly crossed the line into a true tragedy.
All right, sir. Before you ask any questions, just understand your rights. Do you understand you have the right to remain silent? Do you understand that anything you say can or will be used against you in court? Do you understand you have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions and have him with you during questioning? Yes. Do you understand that if you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questions if you wish, and no cost to you? Yes. Do you understand that if you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you will still have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to the lawyer? All right. Now, knowing all these rights, this is I read my statement of rights, which is everything here, and I'll show you the form there. All I did was record your responses that you verbally told me, okay? Real quick. Now, look, is it right if I get look at the back of your neck and all that good stuff? You don't have any injuries or anything like that, do you?
Where are you shot that glass?
Right here on the left lower side of your neck right here. Okay, is that where the glass? Okay. Would it be all right with you if we take a photo of that? Okay. He's going to grab your feet and go like this.
Around 1:10 p.m. on US 412 near the Illinois River, amidst unfinished construction with warning signs and narrowed lanes, a brown Chevy sedan suddenly sped past at 77-78 miles per hour, nearly double the speed limit, instantly turning a seemingly simple violation into a dangerous one. The flashing lights of a police car behind her clearly signaled her to stop, but driver Krista Bunch didn't slow down. She kept the steering wheel straight, pressed harder on the gas pedal, and in those brief seconds, that decision transformed the peaceful daytime journey into the start of a tense chase. The moment the pursuit signal was activated, the car immediately surged forward as if the throttle had been pulled tight, the speedometer needle exceeding 125 miles per hour and continuing to climb uncontrollably. Even when the patrol car reached 140 miles per hour, the gap did not close and the driver completely ignored all requests to stop, turning this situation from a traffic violation into a full-speed chase where just one misstep or moment of distraction, everything could collapse instantly.
Break out, roll over. Look there, this extension.
The fateful mistake occurred at the exact moment the Chevy recklessly cut in on a right-hand curve near the Illinois River at around 1:10 p.m. When the vehicle lost balance, traction vanished, and its trajectory veered off course, culminating in a violent crash into the median barrier. The entire car was flung into the air, spinning multiple times before landing upside down in the opposite lane, leaving a scene of utter devastation as a stark warning of the price of exceeding safe speed limits.
Hey, can you hear me? Hey, can you hear me? Is it just you in there? Lights out. How many people in the car? How many people in there? How many people in there? How many people are in the car with you? Is it just you or are there other people in there? Who is in the car with you? Hey, cover your face. We're going to bump the window. I'm just stressed. I'm good. I'm good. There's a top light. You there? Yeah, there's people right there.
When rescuers arrived, Krista Bunch was still conscious, but trapped in the mangled cabin, the roof of the car pressed down on her body. While awaiting rescue, she repeatedly said, "I panicked. I didn't mean to run away." But any explanation at this point would change nothing. After being pulled out and given a medical checkup, she was immediately taken into custody. In the interrogation room, the entire sequence of events from the dashcam and body camera became direct evidence. And from a split-second decision to step on the gas, Krista Bunch now faces a series of criminal charges, fleeing from police, reckless driving, and property damage. The chase ended not only with a wrecked car, but also with the doors of jail closing behind her. On the 30th of December 2025, in Lee County, Florida, a 1,999 Mercedes-Benz SL that had been reported stolen quickly came to the attention of patrol officers when it was determined to be linked to Bradley Daniel Roberts. A clear signal to stop was given, but instead of cooperating, Roberts immediately accelerated, speeding away and turning the initial inspection into a high-speed chase in an area where the speed limit was only 45 miles per hour. The Mercedes quickly accelerated to 127 miles per hour, weaving through traffic and completely ignoring traffic turns, turning the public road into a dangerous racetrack. Police were forced to pull alongside and perform a PIT maneuver to disabling the vehicle. Immediately after the car stopped, Roberts and her 4-year-old son fled on foot, but were apprehended and brought to the ground within seconds. The most shocking moment wasn't the speed, but when police discovered that Roberts' passenger was his 4-year-old son. At the scene, while handcuffed, Roberts revealed his inner conflict. He said he didn't want to be separated from his son, that he had tried to keep him away from a life of crime, but he was the one who dragged him into this 127 miles per hour chase. Meanwhile, a search of the stolen vehicle revealed even more. Over 6 pounds of marijuana, traces of cocaine, and a stolen gun.
I really have. No matter what.
After undergoing medical examinations, the two were separated for questioning. During questioning, Roberts offered numerous explanations regarding the vehicle and the escape attempt, but the entire incident was clearly recorded by dash cams and body cameras. Ultimately, Roberts was charged with multiple felony offenses, including car theft, speeding, and illegal possession of drugs and weapons. Meanwhile, his son was prosecuted as a minor for resisting arrest. The chase ended, but the criminal case had only just begun.
I did not get to this point. I tried everything I could do not to get to this point. That's why I was at home being quiet.
At approximately 3:53 p.m. on the 11th of May 2025, on I-75 Steradians 93 inches, Collier County, Florida, police received a search warrant for a vehicle, black Mitsubishi Eclipse. The victim was robbed by an armed group. Upon spotting a vehicle with matching license plates, police immediately signaled the driver to stop, but instead of complying, the driver sped away, triggering a high-speed chase on the highway. The Mitsubishi quickly accelerated to 130 miles per hour, swerving erratically between lanes, even driving onto the shoulder to overtake other vehicles. This behavior forced many cars to brake sharply to avoid collisions, creating a risk of chain reaction accidents at any moment. During the chase, a black object was thrown out of the car window, a detail suggesting the suspect was trying to dispose of evidence while fleeing. As the vehicle approached milestone 79, authorities had set up obstacles to block its path. The driver attempted to swerve to avoid them but lost control at high speed, crashing into the cable barrier and spinning several times before coming to a stop, blocking part of the lane. Immediately afterward, the two female suspects got out of the car and were quickly apprehended without further resistance. After receiving medical examinations and being airlifted to the hospital, both suspects were detained for questioning. From dash cam footage, body cameras, and evidence recovered at the scene, particularly a loaded Smith & Wesson .32 revolver found along the route, authorities strengthened their prosecution case. Both faced multiple serious charges, including armed carjacking, speeding, and weapons-related violations. A chase ended, but the evidence left them with no room for denial before the law. On the day of the incident on I-75 Collier County, Florida, a highway patrol officer stopped a dark gray Toyota Yaris after witnessing a reckless lane change that nearly resulted in a collision. What initially appeared to be a routine violation, upon approaching the vehicle, the lingering smell of marijuana in the air immediately changed course, signaling a much more complex situation ahead. The car door slammed shut, and just seconds later, the Toyota sped away from the scene, turning a drug test into a high-speed chase on the highway at 180 miles per hour. A positive test result prompted further investigation by police. But at that very moment, the driver and the underage passenger unexpectedly lunged back into the car. A taser was deployed, but it wasn't enough to stop them. The Yaris sped past 120 miles per hour, weaving between vehicles and forcing several other cars to swerve to avoid it. Due to the dangerous nature of the maneuver, the initial chase had to be temporarily halted. However, shortly afterward, the vehicle was spotted again near Bonita Grande Drive, and this time, the police didn't let the opportunity slip away. A precise pit maneuver was executed, causing the car to spin sideways and come to a stop on the grass. After being subdued, both the driver and the underage passenger were arrested on the spot without further resistance. A subsequent search of the vehicle revealed the full reason behind the escape attempt: 38 grams of psilocybin mushrooms, 27 grams of marijuana, 110 grams of THC wax, and various drug-related items. With all the evidence recorded by body cameras and dash cams, the driver now faces a series of serious criminal charges, including speeding and possession of illegal substances. A seemingly minor car stop ended up with an undeniable criminal record. In an incident on I-75 passing through Sumter, Hernando, and Pasco counties in Florida, the Florida Highway Patrol received information about a stolen 2009 Cadillac sedan traveling south. When officers attempted to stop the vehicle in Hernando County, the driver refused to cooperate and sped away, initiating a multi-jurisdictional chase. The Cadillac rapidly exceeded 110 miles per hour, swerving between lanes and even using the shoulder to overtake other vehicles. What's noteworthy about this incident isn't just the speed, but the pursuit that spanned multiple counties, requiring coordinated efforts from numerous units to track the suspect, all while the risk of an accident was ever present along the entire highway. As the chase progressed to the Pasco area near State Road 52, An officer timed it perfectly to execute a PIT maneuver. The impact sent the Cadillac spinning and coming to a stop on the grassy median, ending a high-speed chase that spanned multiple areas. Upon approaching the vehicle, police discovered an unusual situation. A female suspect was found nearly naked inside. Immediately, officers subdued her while using blankets to cover her before proceeding with the arrest. A subsequent search of the vehicle uncovered methamphetamine, solidifying the case file. The suspect was taken into custody and faced multiple serious charges, including vehicle theft, fleeing the scene, reckless driving, drug possession, and driving with a suspended license. A cross-county chase ended, but what was found inside the vehicle completely transformed the case into a criminal investigation. On the 13th of January 2025, in the Broward area of Florida, Florida Highway Patrol officers, in coordination with the Broward Sheriff's Office, launched an operation to apprehend a suspect wanted for multiple felony charges. The vehicle was identified as a black Mercedes SUV with Florida license plate KY404H. When officers signaled the suspect to stop on Sunrise Boulevard, he refused to comply and immediately fled, triggering a dangerous chase in a densely populated area.
Northbound coming to Sunrise.
In the initial attempt to stop the car, a PIT maneuver was attempted but was not entirely successful. The Mercedes spun around, and in that moment of chaos, the original driver suddenly jumped out and fled on foot. What no one expected happened next. The passenger immediately climbed into the driver's seat, took control of the car, and continued the chase as if nothing had happened. The chase not only didn't end, but became even more chaotic and dangerous. As the SUV headed toward the I-95 area, the lead pursuer decided to perform a second, more forceful pit maneuver. Dashcam footage captured the moment the Mercedes spun sharply, veered off the road, and flipped completely onto its side on the grassy median. The chase ended with a high-speed rollover, forcing everyone inside to stop. Immediately after the vehicle overturned, CIU and BSO units quickly surrounded the scene, ordering the suspects out of the car. All three were apprehended and taken into custody. A subsequent search uncovered a particularly serious detail. A total of 3 firearms were recovered, with at least one having been thrown from the vehicle during the chase. After receiving medical attention due to the car crash, the suspects were taken to the hospital and then transferred directly to Broward County Jail. With all the evidence from surveillance cameras and seized weapons, the incident was no longer a simple chase but a serious criminal case involving multiple serious charges related to wanted persons and weapons. On the 25th of April 2026, in the vicinity of US 24 Highway in Sugar Creek, Missouri, Officers from the Sugar Creek Police Department, the municipal law enforcement agency serving the city of Sugar Creek in Jackson County, Missouri, approached a dark red Ford Freestar driven by Lauren Ruwart in the Dollar Tree parking lot. The department operates from a combined police and fire headquarters and works closely with residents, schools, and regional partners to provide patrol, investigative, and community-oriented policing services. When asked to exit the vehicle, the suspect refused to cooperate, initiating a rapid chain of events that quickly escalated into violence.
Shut it off! Shut it off! I said shut it off! Shut it! Shut the gun Stay with me! Go see this land over here with the dust.
As officers attempted to pull her from the vehicle, Ruwart suddenly reversed, crashing into a patrol car. Immediately thereafter, a completely unforeseen complication arose. Her dog leaped out and attacked an officer, forcing authorities to deploy a taser to subdue the animal. In a chaotic span of just a few seconds, Ruwart accelerated, smashed straight through a fence, and fled, transforming a routine parking lot check into a dangerous pursuit. The pursuit spanned several major thoroughfares, including US 24, I-435, and I-70, where the minivan reached speeds exceeding 90 miles per hour and even swerved into oncoming traffic in an attempt to escape. Police successfully deployed spike strips, deflating the vehicle's tires. However, Ruwart continued to flee on the rims. While attempting to exit near the Paseo, the vehicle lost control due to its high speed and damaged tires, crashed into a light pole, and rolled over multiple times. Following a violent rollover, Ruwart was ejected from the vehicle and lay motionless on the pavement as officers approached. While receiving first aid, she repeatedly apologized and admitted to having panicked after an earlier theft incident, stating that she should have stopped. However, the entire sequence of events had been clearly captured on camera, and her statement could not alter the legal consequences. Ruwart was transported to the hospital with head and arm injuries, where she subsequently faced multiple serious criminal charges, including assaulting a police officer and fleeing the scene. The pursuit ended with a scene of wreckage and an irreversible criminal record.
I'm sorry. Are you okay? Are you okay?
At approximately 3:41 a.m. on the 17th of March 2024, on Route 1 Virginia, Virginia State Police officers identified a stolen gray Toyota Corolla via an automated license plate recognition system. When signaled to stop, the driver refused to comply, instead accelerating to flee, initiating a high-speed pursuit that spanned multiple major roadways.
What's on the blanket?
Unlike typical pursuits, the suspect in this incident repeatedly and actively attacked law enforcement officers. While fleeing, the Corolla rammed patrol vehicles head-on multiple occasions in an attempt to breach the blockade formation. This behavior escalated the pursuit from a mere traffic violation into an extremely dangerous situation, forcing the police to simultaneously give chase and evade deliberate ramming attempts. As the pursuit shifted to the I-95 corridor, an officer took the lead and executed a pit maneuver. The initial PIT caused the vehicle to spin and strike a wall, yet the suspect still attempted to continue fleeing. Moments later, a second PIT maneuver was deployed with greater force, sending the vehicle crashing head-on into the guardrail and bringing it to a complete halt in the middle of the highway, thereby completely immobilizing it. The moment the vehicle came to a halt, the driver bailed out and fled on foot, triggering a brief chase before being subdued. The two remaining passengers also scattered in different directions but were quickly apprehended with the assistance of a police helicopter. With their entire conduct captured on camera, ranging from a high-speed escape and repeatedly ramming police cruisers to endangering the public, the primary suspect, Reggie Philip White, faces a litany of serious criminal charges, including vehicle theft, evading police, and multiple counts of assaulting law enforcement officers. Held without bail and remanded directly to custody, this pursuit concludes with a severe sentence that appears all but inevitable.